There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase.
So this video is going to be about why you must fall in love with the grind until the end of time, right? So check this out, man. I just wanted to make this video for a lot of people who don't really know about the grind, or if like it's actively trying to stay on the grind, whether that's, you know, their career in the gym or their career within sports, you know, all sorts of things, or even on retention. Retention is considered the grind, but it helps you grind even more, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, a little side note, semen retention really gives you superpowers. Go watch that fucking video. It's a quick little, like, you know, story of, like, why, like, I understand a lot about this grind shit and why I wanted to teach y'all, like, how to really stay focused on the grind and never really give up, right? So, ever since I was a kid, bro, like, ever since I was a kid, you know, I had, like, my sort of, like, you know, inspirations to really become the best version of myself, right? Since I was a kid, right? Because I was always insecure about myself, because I used to have a lot of acne, a lot of pimples all over my face, right? So I used to be really insecure of that. And sometimes I didn't even want to be in public sometimes, you know, I keep it a beam. Like, you know, when you younger, you know, that shit affects you, what people say, or like even when you come around, that shit bothers you, I ain't gonna lie. So I was insecure of that. And I was also insecure because I was really skinny. Like, when I'm talking about skinny, I'm talking about like bony, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I understood that I had to fix my insecurities, but how, right? So I remember, you know, one day, right? I see this one dude in the lunchroom, right? He's strong as hell, bro. Like, I'm talking about, like, he's ripped through the shirt. You can see that he's strong, right? And he's talking to a bunch of girls. You know, he like the chat in high school and shit like that. And I see him, and I'm like, yo, I want some bitches, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want some women in my life, too. So how do I, like, really get there, right? I see him, and I analyzed him. I seen he was, like, you know, handsome. He was strong. He was, like, considered the Chad, you know? So I was like, I'm going to get like the Chad, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a skinny kid. I'm very small, you know what I'm saying? Really skinny. So I'm planning on how to do that, right? So I have no idea how to hit the gym. I never knew what it was like to hit the gym. All I knew was prior to that was, like, I was always grinding within, like, 100 push-ups, right? You know, trying to get stronger. But I always, like, I thought if I did 100 push-ups for, like, 2 years, I would be the strongest, biggest guy. I think I would look like the guys on steroids, I swear. I was, like, 13 or 14 years old, being, like, I had no idea about steroids or anything. I thought if, like, yo, if I do, like, 200 push-ups or 100 push-ups a day for, you know what I'm saying, like, 2 years, I'm gonna look like one of those guys, you feel me? Obviously, that wasn't the case. But so I really started to implement bodybuilding, not bodybuilding, but like the gym of weightlifting, right? You know what I'm saying? But like bodybuilding and weightlifting, kind of the same thing, right? You want to look better. You want to have like the aesthetic physique, and the powerlifting is like, you know what I'm saying, the people who are really strong, who's pushing like 315, you know, or 405 on the bench, you know, a lot of steroided people and shit like that, and both ends of the spectrum, right? But I wanted to be more of like the aesthetic guy who got like the woman, who got like, you know, the attention, who got like, you know, who looks good, who's proud of himself. And as the years went by, I literally became that. But I ain't like, you know what I'm saying, the strongest dude in the world. But, you know what I'm saying, I definitely came way up from once I started. And I never gave up, right? So this is why you need to fall in love with the grind, right? So check it. I've realized that throughout the years, right, I'm with my friends and everything like that, you know. And we started to really hit the gym. And for me, they all started to hit the gym, you know, especially from the push-ups. I already had a few homies who hit the gym, who went from the 100 push-ups a day to actually like lifting weights, right? So then I got like a bunch of my other friends, you know, like a good 3-4 other of them that, you know, really stayed within the grind. But throughout like the years that we like consistently hit the gym, that I promise I never took like more than 2 weeks off in the gym or anything like that. I never understood it. I always wanted to hit the gym. Like, that's what I love to do, right? So the big key point of like how to stay focused on the grind is something that you have. It's something that you love to do within, you know what I'm saying? But over time, you start to love what you do. Like, you gotta understand, like, whenever you start something, right, this is a big keynote. Whenever you start something, you just don't like automatically fall in love with it. Like it's just never that, right? There has to have like a reason to why you're doing this, like why you're doing a certain thing, right? Why you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like even for me, the reason was like to get more women and to like let all my insecurities to go away, and like to become the Chad and look better, and you know what I'm saying, like really become the best version of myself, where there was no pimples, where there is like I'm not super skinny anymore, or like, you know what I'm saying, where I got like actually got like a lot of women, and I'm like the Chad, right? That was a purpose. That was like my reasoning to why I wanted to do that, and that reasoning was very strong, that it led me to never give up on what I did, whether I like to do the things or not. But then there's like some sort of psychological trick that goes within your mind that you start to love doing the shit that you don't love to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what it makes. It makes sense because you just don't love doing anything, like everything, right? There might be like certain things, like a video game that you hop on that you don't really like, but over time you grow on it and you consistently play that game like for hours a day. But at first you ain't like that shit until you started playing the game, really getting into it, because you know a lot of people, they get mad when they first play the game because they suck and shit. But then once you start to learn the controls, start whooping asses, like on Call of Duty, I was type mad in the beginning because like, you know, I wasn't that nice at COD, even through zombies and shit like that. I wasn't nice. But as I became like really good, I started playing the game like all day like a little virgin. I was nice. Like, yo, you wasn't seeing me on COD. Like, bro, I promise. I used to be in the clans and all. I used to have a clan. I used to be quick scoping. Like, bro, I had like at least a 2.3 KD throughout the whole year of like Black Ops 2, bro. One of them, like the dudes who don't see the sun type shit, right? What I realized is that you have to have that purpose and that meaning to what you're doing, right? So for me, was the woman. I wanted to look better. I wanted to get the acne away. I wanted to like overall self-improve and become like a beautiful, handsome man, like in a way where I look like a model and I had that Chad physique and shit like that. And in a way, as I've been continuously grown from high school now until like I'm only 21, bro, I've already like kind of achieved that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like where I'm like more aesthetic, where I can like, you know, go into certain lightings and really look good, and especially with a pump, of course. And even now I look good myself, you know what I'm saying? But in my face too, you know, my acne isn't as bad anymore. And you know, I get a lot more women. I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. But you know what I'm saying? All of that like little shit, you want to understand something too, that once you really stay on the grind from a long time, all that shit don't even matter no more, right? Like I'm gonna hit the gym even if there's no bitches in the gym, or if there's like no beneficial thing of like getting women from it. I don't care anymore about that. Like I generally want to hit the gym because over time you start to repeat your process of what you do. Like after a while, you start to hit the gym for such a long time, you feel weird not hitting the gym. You feel weird not going and putting in this work. It's like a complete 360 of like the one person that you once were, of like the guy who never really put in this work, who was lazy, who didn't like what they were doing. But over time, you start to love what you do, right? Like for me, from all of the like work from putting into the gym and really like focusing, and even back then when I was like training soccer and training basketball, I was always putting in that fucking work. You know what I'm saying? And like I was just always in the lab in a way. So I started to really overcome and see a lot of things, from soccer to basketball training to boxing training. Me believing like boxing training is definitely the hardest training of like out of those few. I started to like see a lot of other things as easy. Like that shit some light. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I done did like all types of training in a way. Not like, you know, all other martial arts. You know, boxing being the only martial arts I really did. But, you know what I'm saying? And I still practice. But basically, I'm really like, you learn that like a lot of shit becomes so much easier in life. Like you're stronger, you're more, you know, like your willpower is like ×5 than the average guy, because you're really in the lab. Like you've been putting in this work for a long time. So it's like the shit becomes so easy. It's just a routine of like what you do. You know what I'm saying? That you start to see challenges, and you start to really seek more challenges. Like you see other people's challenges as like, you know, I'm fat. You know, I'm lazy. I can't hit the gym. I can't do this. You know, I can't do that. And they have 2 feet and 2 feet and 2 arms, and like their whole body's all right. They're just fat and lazy. But then you see a guy at the gym who doesn't have his legs, or who doesn't even have an arm. I've done seen this shit. So I don't even make excuses for the people who just want to cope and make like pussy excuses. I'm sorry, that's not me. I see a dude in there with 1 arm, more weights, and this fat fuck who doesn't want to hit the gym. That's on that person. But there are challenges of hitting the gym and like putting 2 hours into the gym, 2 to 3 days out of the week. You start to realize like, yo, I do that 6 days out of the week. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? My problems aren't your problems anymore. You start to really see all the benefits from what you do as well within your discipline and what you do, right? You have to have a reasoning to what you're doing, but also you start to fall in love with that reasoning. You start to fall in love with that grind. That's where, like, I never understood it, because I want to also say that back when I was younger, right, where the spot that I live now, right, I stayed with my dad, right? And I ain't want to stay with him, bro. My mom, like, she did a whole trick on me, bro. I swear on my life, where my whole family came and my auntie came and everyone, and they brought me over here, right? And everyone came, and they all, out of nowhere, they all left my shit. And I'm like 12 or 13 years old. This is where I really start to get introduced to this shit. I'm like 12 or 13 years old. All I want to do is play the video games and shit. And you know what I'm saying? My whole family did like a whole setup mission to leave my ass over here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to take the bus at the time and shit like that. So I was scared. I didn't want to go home and shit. But I'm like, damn, I gotta thug it out here, man. And it wasn't really that bad. I was just a little dickhead at the time when I was a kid. But when I was over here, I stayed with my dad, right? And he took me on like this 3 mile run, right? The first time, right? Because at this time, my dad he was fit. Now he really lost it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he lost it. I ain't gonna lie. But at that time, I used to really look up to him. And especially when I was a younger kid, even before that, like, whenever I see him eat an apple, I started to eat apples and bananas and all fruits. And I wanted to be like my dad, you know what I'm saying? So at this time, you get older and shit. But like, he wasn't there since I was like, he left when I was 8. So, bro, he wasn't there for a minute. So I come back, I'm not really too happy to be here around him and shit like that, So basically, he takes me on this 3 mile run. And with this run, I'm dreading this run. I don't even want to run. I'm complaining the whole time. I'm like, looking back, I was like a little bitch, like just complaining. So he's ahead of me though, but like I'm trying to keep up and everything like that. And we basically run to the park. And the park, you know what I'm saying? From there, we did our push-ups, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I was like okay at them. And that was like the first time where like I had the goal to touch 100 push-ups. And I think I got like 60, you know what I'm saying? I broke it down into like 6 sets of 10. But like, you know what I'm saying? When you're a kid, that's super hard. Like, it's like I was super skinny and weak. And that was like a big like task for me to touch 100 push-ups. And then, my dad ends up doing his goal of like, I think it was like 300. He did his thing. And, he was proud of me and everything like that. And then we ran back. But I hated every second of doing the push-ups. I hated every second of running. I'm complaining. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. And just looking back at from that story to the person I am right now, that shit is crazy. Because I've been in the lab and I really does this gym shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the gym. I'm about to go hit the gym after this video. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where the complete 360 changes of like, if you have no like purpose to what you're doing, or you have no reason why you're doing what you're doing, you're just gonna float and just go all sorts of directions. But if you have a purpose and a reasoning of why you're hitting the gym, if I was 300 pounds and I have the reasoning that I want to get girls and I want to look better and I want to be happier about myself and I want to be healthier, and you know what I'm saying, I don't want to have like a lot of the struggles of like what bigger people have, like where they might have diabetes or high cholesterols, or, you know what I'm saying, like, or just being overall sick and obese. I don't want to have those problems anymore. Those 5 reasonings can be very strong within what you do. You know what I'm saying? Then it starts to lead to you hitting the gym from 1 day out the week to 2 days out of the week. You know what I'm saying? Then 3 days out of the week, and then 4 days out of the week. And then you start to really be in the lab. Like, yo, like you start to really think like you're just laying home watching TV or playing video games. Shit, I should be in the lab. I should be in the gym. I should really be putting this work and using your sexual energy to go put in this motherfucking work. This can help you. This is what will really get you on that pathway. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going to make you fall in love with the grind. Because like I said, I didn't like it. Running, I hated that shit. I hated everything I had to do with physical health and just working out. It was until I saw it from within myself, right? I can go and tell the people like, who are bigger, who's like 300 pounds, 400 pounds, that they need to lose weight. I can teach them every little thing about calorie deficit, what cardio to do, what workouts, my regimen, everything like that. It's not until that person from within sees it as a problem, like where they really are like, I need to change. You know what I'm saying? Like where they really need to change. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen that from within me. Like I wasn't getting no girls, and I felt like I was ugly. I was insecure. I was shy. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the person that I am today. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, I want to change. I need to do something to change. And the gym literally helped me with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put in that work for years since high school. You know what I'm saying? Since freshman year. I've been putting in work since then. You know what I'm saying? Not even, like, the thing is, I didn't even know what to do. I had no idea what to do, but I started off slow. And this is a big thing, too. You have to start off smaller, like a smaller goal. And once you accomplish that goal, there's more and more and more goals. You know what I'm saying? So if I was 300 pounds, my long-term goal is 100 pounds, but it's like, okay, I'm going to break it down. Can I break down 20 pounds within 2 months? You know what I'm saying? A smaller goal that's easier to achieve. And once you see that the goal is done, that you achieved it, you're like, okay, man, this shit wasn't even that hard. You know what I'm saying? And then you go to 25 pounds or 30 pounds that you want to lose. And then from there, you're already down 50 pounds within like 4 months, which is good. It's all a ratio of what you work in. You know what I'm saying? That you got to keep putting in this work. So I've realized that if you don't have that meaning or that reasoning to what you're doing, you're never going to fall in love with your goals, right? Or whatever you want to do or accomplish, right? For me, within my YouTube, my goals is to get lit off YouTube and make money and really do what I'm supposed to do and like help the world and inspire the world with what I do. This is basically my job. But my job isn't my job because I love this shit. I can come every motherfucking day, sit in this car and talk to the people that love me for who I am. And, you know what I'm saying, spit the shit that I really know from within my life and that I've read and all the information that I gather and all the knowledge and the wisdom that I, like, love to acquire throughout books or, you know, within my day-to-day life and spit it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I could do this for the rest of my life if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I have a goal. You want to know what my goal is? 10 years on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do this for 10 years. I'm not going to lie and sit here or be a dickhead and just, like, you know what I'm saying, like, lie and do something else. No. I'm telling you what my goal is. I'm going to be on this shit for 10 years. That's it. And from with that, right? From within, from when my other videos, right? Y'all can scroll down. My videos weren't that good. They weren't that engaging, this, that, and the third. I didn't have a lot of, you know, views or a lot of, like, good pinpoints to talk about. But as I acquired the knowledge and I've been through the lab that I've started to make more videos, it took me from the step of starting from the low of being, like, trash at making videos to making, like, more decent videos, more better videos right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I got good topics and I love what I talk about. You know what I'm saying? And I love to be more authentic and more raw within my videos that I don't need to edit or cut up or, you know, do all of this type of editing style. I love to be raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? So over time, you start to really fall in love with whatever you do. There was realize this, there was nothing within me that I picked up the camera and said, this is what I love to do. I've never been on video before. I never was talking to people like on video or like, you know, anything within social media or making videos or shit like that. I wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I literally was just like, I'm going to pick up this camera. I picked up the fucking camera. I made a video. I clicked the red button to record and I literally like fucking started making my videos. And over time, I started to love what I started to talk about. And I started to love the grind. I started to love the hardships of the grind on YouTube as well. Because YouTube is weird. They'll, like, shadow ban your videos sometimes. They'll do weird shit on YouTube. I'm trying to tell you. And I fell in love with everything. Like, even the bad parts. This is where I realized the grind isn't always, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to leave a couple clips of, like, the anime videos or, like, the anime. There's one show of, like, this boxer show I'm going to go into. But all of that is never like that. Like, it's not always going to be all glitz and glory and all like, yeah, I'm super motivated. No, you got to learn to fall in love with the days that you don't want to hit the gym, the days that you don't want to do what you're supposed to do, or the days that you're not feeling like it. That's what you fall in love with, and that's how you know you can never lose. That's how you know you will never lose, bro. I promise you. Because if you could follow and go through the hardships, like, head on and take them head on, and, like, you know what I'm saying? They might hit you a little bit, but, like, really stay within the grind and never give up. You won't lose because you will never quit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like gets into, like, some sort of, like, motivation shit, but, like, it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, within my life, like, on YouTube, I fell in love with the hardships, too, where, like, sometimes my videos weren't doing that good. You know what I'm saying? It challenged my mind. Yo, are you a bitch? Are you going to give up? Or are you going to, you know what I'm saying? Are you just going to stop? Because I've seen people stop. Trust me. I said in other YouTube videos, I've seen a YouTuber around the way from here. He stopped making videos after being consistent because once that motivation goes down, and they don't have ideas or videos ideas, or they don't want to do it, or anything like that, they give up. That's it. But Suda, YouTube is done. But me, no. I can't do that. I won't allow myself to do that. Even if I were to take like a 2-week break, like a lot of these other influencers or YouTubers or whatever, it's like, one, I'll be feeling like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, so it will hinder me in my myself, because I know I'm supposed to be, basically this is type like my job, so like I should be like working, you know what I'm saying? Like you should be working, right? But also it's like I feel a source of like, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, I feel weird. I don't feel right. If I don't hit the gym, I don't feel right. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not even fucking lying, right? So this is what I realized. Even if you fall in love with like the darkest times within the grind, you go and fall in love with the highest of the highs where you in the gym, right? For example, you're not gonna have every workout like the best workout of your life. You might not get a good pump this workout. You might not get a full contraction, or you might not feel as good. But it's just, as long as you do what you're supposed to do and you don't quit or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like every day is not gonna be the best workout. You know what I'm saying? You might have some days where it's not a really good workout. You're not feeling it. You're not getting good pump. You know what I'm saying? Your muscles might be sore or super tired. But it's at least you went to the gym and did what you were supposed to do. That is how you consistently win. So that even the days that you don't want to do it, your body is already trained to go do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's already in love with what it does. Over time, you start to fall in love with that shit. Like I said, when I was a fat little kid, I didn't want to hit the gym or go run or be healthy or anything. It was until I had that reason and I acted upon that reason. I started off slow, where I know a lot of people within the gym community, they want people to go and jump in like 6 days out of the week as like a beginner with no knowledge on the gym, who doesn't even know what they're going to do at the gym the moment they get there. These people want you to start a 6-day program or some shit. No, start off slow. Hit the gym with a program of 2 to 3 days out of the week. Then once you master that shit after 2 to 3 months, I bet I'm going to do 4 days. I bet I'm going to do 5 days. And then you start to realize when you're not doing shit, like, yo, I should go hit the motherfucking gym, because your days are structured in a way, right? For me, I was always hitting the gym before work or after work. It depended what days I worked, right? Sometimes I will close and sometimes I will open. So, and when I'm opening, I got to hit it after work. And when I'm closing, I got to hit it before work. You know what I'm saying? So I got to wake up early, or I got to wake up in the afternoon. But certain jobs that I also worked at, you know what I'm saying? If I worked a 9 to 5, my schedule was to get up, you know, do what I got to do, get to work. Then after work, I'm hitting the gym. So it's like a routine. It's like a repetitive like routine. This one thing that I read in the Napoleon Hill book. I'm actually gonna make a whole video on this. It's called hypnotic rhythm, and I believe, I'm not 100% on the information about it, but it's like once your body and your mind starts to really do what it's supposed to do, and you know what I'm saying, you structured your life to like, okay, I go to work, all right, after work I hit the gym. It's like over time it grows. It's like that's what you do. It's like even the days that you're tired, even the days that you don't want to hit the gym, your body has been like overcame that shit, or even overcame your mental of like, I don't want to hit the gym. It's like, nah, I just gotta hit the gym. Like, it's just like, nah, you gotta hit the gym, bro. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care about any of that. You gotta hit the gym. You know what I'm saying? It's called hypnotic rhythm. I do not believe, I'm not 100% on the information, so I don't want to, you know, give you false information, but I believe it's something like that, where you're like hypnotized to do the same thing. Your body and your subconscious mind goes into doing that one thing, or that couple things within your day that you consistently do. You stay on this grind. You know what I'm saying? You just got to put in that time frame of like, you know what I'm saying? I hit the gym. I'd say for the gym, like to really get into that time frame and start to love what you do, if you hit the gym 6 days out of the week for 3 months, there's not a day, like you won't go your life without fitness. I think that's like the biggest thing, right? Even if like you were like the average guy who goes, you know, or like some people who like fall off of the gym, maybe take 2 weeks off out of nowhere and shit like that. Your body knows that you got to hit the gym. So it's like, it's not like you're fully giving up, even though you quit for like 2 weeks or some shit, or you took some time off. You know what I'm saying? But your body knows you got to hit the gym. You know you got to hit the gym. You know when sometimes you're in the gym and after you get done with a hard workout, you start to really be like, damn, that was really good. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get the good feeling. You get a good pump, the endorphins. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start to see like, yeah, I should be doing this. You know what I'm saying? This is what I should be doing, right? So that grind is how you fall in love, but the reasoning is why you fall in love. And the reasoning, like I said, it could be as materialistic as just wanting bitches, or materialistic as wanting a better car, a better life, or better clothes, right? For instance, even with my YouTube, I do like materialistic things, and I'd rather be in a Corvette than a fucking, you know, Honda Civic, even though I love my Honda Civic. And I'm grateful for it. I'd rather be in a vet. You know what I'm saying? So I got aspirations and goals. And even then they say, like, you know, materialistic things are bad or whatever the fuck. But if you're poor and you don't really have a lot within your family or your house, and you got to take care of your family and shit, and you get your mother a house and everything like that, for me, that's going to happen. It's like, bitch, fuck you and all that materialistic talk. I need to get my mother a house. You know what I'm saying? You see what you like from within you and you stand on it, right? So I'm going to pop out with a fucking vet, as you guys know, throughout the time of the grind. But also, another thing I like to say is that, like I said earlier, you must stay on the grind till the end of time. The grind doesn't ever stop. You know what I'm saying? The grind doesn't ever, you don't, the grind, or like self-improvement in general, it's not like a day where you're like, okay, I fully accomplished everything that I truly wanted within my life. No, because that's where your life starts to deteriorate, where it starts to get worse. There's endless things for you to grow within, right? There's endless books for you to read. There's endless, you know, certain things for you to do. But you fall in love with that shit. Like, I love to fall in, like, I fell in love with reading books. That's another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with my whole self-improvement journey, I didn't like to meditate. I didn't like to meditate at all. I didn't like to journal. I didn't like to do that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like to read at all. I'm trying to tell y'all this. But over time, as you start slow, like if I started to meditate twice out of the week for 10 minutes, then it went to 3 times out of the week, 4 times out of the week, till like every single day. Then from within like the past, I ain't gonna lie, I was so in the grind that I was doing like 20 minutes a day of meditation. Whereas there's another goal that I do want to reach, at 20 minutes of meditation. But on a day-to-day basis, I meditate for 10 minutes a day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's so many things that you just have to start in, right? The gym and your health being the biggest one. That's why I leave it as a great example. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you start off slow and you endlessly start to grow, because there's nothing but growth if you start off slow, and there's grow. And like, you start slowly, but you still get there. You know what I'm saying? Depends. For me, I was able to just jump. I'm the type of guy who's able to jump into something without even thinking about it and just get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like for you know what I'm saying? When I first came out here to started training boxing for like 3 months, right? I was reading at the park, right? I remember I was reading the 48 Laws of Power, and all I hear is like music. And I just hear like grunting or just like bags being punched. And prior to this, I was training back home too as well. So I was like, shit, there's so I look up from my book, and there's a big little like a big garage full of like boxing shit. Like, it was a big ring, you know, boxing bags everywhere. So I go in and I see people putting in some fucking work in this bitch. So I'm like, shit. Let me talk to the coach and see how much this shit is to like really get into the boxing. I go and talk to the coach. He's a good guy, everything like that. He's looking forward to it. He said this shit is free. He said he does it for the community, for people to get out the, like, you know, like to get out of trouble, and you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, genuinely good for the community, for the kids and stuff like that, to get kids out of trouble. And I'm like, really? It's even free for me? Because I'm like 19, or yeah, I was 19 at the time. So I'm like, yeah, even for me, bro, like, I'm 19, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a grown-ass man. I wouldn't mind paying because I want to train. He was like, no, it's free. Trust me. Like, everyone in here is not, like, paying and shit like that. But there is certain things that they do at certain times where, like, you have to pay a card and you go and train. But he was like, no, for, like, at this certain time from, like, 5 to 8, it's all free. And it's classes of training, and, you know, the coaches are all helping kids and everything like that get right, you know, sparring, all types of shit. So I was like, word? I bet I'm coming in tomorrow. Smooth like that. I was like, I'm coming in tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of guy who's able to just jump into something like that. You know what I'm saying? But other people, you know what I'm saying, notice who you are. You might be, you know, be like me, where you just jump in with the head first without thinking. You know what I'm saying? Or you might like have to like strategize and analyze of like slowly getting there. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But also, that coach said the only thing that you have to like, you know what I'm saying? The only rule that you really have to follow is that you have to come 5 times out of the week. Like, you're not coming when you want to. You can't half-ass the shit, which is 100% a great rule. Because if they're open for 5 days out of the week, bitch, you better be there. And he expected you to be there. And I remember hearing stories and people telling me, like, yo, he kicked this guy out. He kicked him out. He kicked this guy out. because like they wasn't trying to text him to tell him that they're not coming, or they weren't coming enough. So he was like, yo, get the fuck up out of here, which I truly respect. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. If you in this bitch is for free, I'm gonna have there was a lot of kids in there too, bro. I got a lot of things to do, bitch. If you're not serious about this, get on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I realized, like, within a lot of certain things, some people are able to jump in and some people aren't, but like strategize your plan of how you're gonna achieve your goals. Even within, like I said, reading. I just started reading every night before bed. That was it. You know what I'm saying? I turned off my phone. I turned off at the time it was like a lot of anime I was watching. I stopped watching anime. And even though I love anime, I stopped watching that shit. And I had to sacrifice anime so that I could learn real knowledge within this real world of, like, you know what I'm saying, like, of getting this money, principles of, you know, my first book was like Rich Dad Poor Dad. It took me I'd say like 7 months to finish that one book. Now I can read a book like that within a month, bare minimum. Like, if I try and I like read an hour a day, which I normally do, I could get that done within like 2 weeks. Easy. You know what I'm saying? But that shit took me 7 months when I first got into it, of reading. You know what I'm saying? I was half-assing. I was some days watching, you know, some anime, but I never gave up on reading. My goal was like, yo, I need to read. I need to learn more knowledge. And every time I found out, every time I picked up the book, I actually learned something. Like, it really taught me some shit. So I was like, word. Like, all I need to do is just get the distractions out, open up the book, and it's going to open up my eyes to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the goals that I want to achieve, of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some books of like self-improvement. There's books of like of women. There's books of like business and, you know, finances and all that. And that's all I want to learn about. So I'm gonna read about. You know what I'm saying? That's like, it starts off slowly, but now every day it became like a ritual where, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't do it every single day, but I'd say like at least 3 to 4 times out of the week, I'm reading for an hour a night. You know what I'm saying? I try to make it every day, but if I don't, at least 3-4 times out of the week. And I love it. You know what I'm saying? I have this ritual where I put my tea bag. I got a thing of honey. I put some honey in that bitch, and I read while drinking the honey, while drinking tea. And the tea makes me like, it has some sleepy shit. I forgot what it's called, but the sleepiness shit is gonna make me fall asleep while I read, so that I could go to sleep around 10 o'clock and have a good night's sleep. You know what I'm saying? And repeat. It's like a ritual. It's like, you know, your morning ritual, you have your night ritual. Implement reading or meditating or journaling within that ritual. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna grow. So this is how, you know what I'm saying, like, how to fall in love with the grind, or like, you know what I'm saying, like, what it is. It's like, also another thing I want to say real fast is like, within those anime clips, you know what I'm saying, I didn't even get to go over them, but those anime clips, I left them in there for a reason, because like, I love like the anime clips of them grinding and shit like that. I'm gonna leave this one where there was like this fat guy where he's running, and he wanted to be like a certain type of guy where he lost weight, but he felt doubt, and like some guy came in and ran past him, was like, keep it up, just keep up the work. You know what I'm saying? And it shows where he went back to binge eating. He ate a burger, and then you know what I'm saying, but he kept like grinding, he kept running, and he started to lose weight. And then there was another clip where he started to eat a salad and shit, and he started to lose weight. And at the end, it was him looking like aesthetically pleasing, like where he looked really nice after losing all of his weight, and people didn't even recognize him. You know what I'm saying? But that grind within that shit was a perfect example of like, you know what I'm saying, there's going to be hard times where you're eating that salad and you're just like damn near crying. Where like, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't have to be to the extent of the anime, but in that anime, he's eating the salad damn near crying, sacrificing a lot of the things that he loves for his goals. He's sacrificing the pleasure for his goals. So that's how it is within all aspects of life. That's all you have to do to be successful, is sacrifice your pleasure for goals. I swear, if you wanted to sum up all millionaires speak and shit like that, sacrifice your pleasure for your goals. I've heard all of the millionaires, videos on top of videos on top of videos, books on top of books on top of books. It's a lot of the same information. It's just you need to implement it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, also, so like when I was saying, those videos or like these clips where it does look nice, you know what I'm saying, where they make these edits and shit like that, and I love the edits, but when you're down in the hardship, that's the time it matters. All the time where it's all happiness and you're having a great time with the goal, that matters, because you're going to really love that shit. You're gonna really find that you're like, damn, I love what I do. But the time when you don't want to go train, the days that you really are in bed contemplating, or you know what I'm saying, like you're really not focused, or you don't want to hit the gym, that is the day that you realize like, Or the day that you feel like quitting, like the rest of them. The day that you feel like quitting and you're sitting there and you just like, you're just contemplating everything. You're just like, fuck this shit. I don't want to do this. You have to rewire your mind back to what you do, because this is what you do. And then when you do that and you go hit that gym that day, you won. You really won. Because you're not going to stay in that state within what, like, all of the time. You're not. Because over the time, let's say that lasted for 2 weeks straight and you consistently hit the gym those days. You're going to be a lot more appreciative for the days that you want to hit the gym, and the days that you're very motivated and you want to get this sick pump and you're looking good and you know this, that, and the third. Those are the days you're going to really appreciate as well. But you're going to appreciate the days that you don't want to do it because you did it anyways. That's what the fuck matters within this life shit. That's all that fucking matters. You know what I'm saying? So even like, when I wanted to go back to my example of like, of what was I saying? Of YouTube, even the days where my videos don't hit, I'm like, damn, man, like, you know what I'm saying, like, they not getting as much views or whatever, but it's as long as I share my heart and what I love within the world, that's all that matters. I don't give a fuck if it's 30 people like watching my videos. As long as there's somebody's watching my videos and I'm spitting my shit and I'm going for however long I want, it doesn't matter. This bitch is already a 36-minute video. That's what matters, because that truly makes me happy within this life. But the grind is till the end of time. But you have to fall in love. You have to have that reasoning, right? Because like I said, my reasoning was like the women, you know, acne, like to really become that person of confidence and, you know what I'm saying, be a masculine, confident, beautiful young man. I kind of accomplished that. But all that shit doesn't matter to me anymore. The women, the insecurities, this, that, whatever, it doesn't matter. Because when I walk into the gym with my pre-workout, I'm busting, I'm listening to my fucking music, I'm getting lit. That's what matters. I'm happy. I'm in that bitch, like, putting in weight. I have goals within the gym, even if I don't hit the goal, right? I've been in a plateau of like two 45 pounds weights for like 5 reps for a long time, of dips on me, like 2 45s on me for dips for 5 reps. I've been in a plateau for a little while, but bitch, I'm never gonna give up. And even then, like, I could stay at that plateau for however long, I'm still gonna go try to like accomplish my goal of like hitting a PR of higher reps or maybe higher weight. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. So I love y'all, bro. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, bro. And I see a lot of people watch my videos aren't even subscribed, bro. So you might as well hit that subscribe button if you're watching this video, because this is some real game for your fucking brain. And leave a like, bro. Please, bro. Make sure you leave a like so that other people could get this message. And, you know what I'm saying, share with your friends, too. If you think I'm good for them, bro, and, like, if I'm helping your mindset, go help your friend, bro. Because they need the same game. You want to have a friend who's on the same pathway as you. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well show him what you watching. And if you watching me, shout out to you, bro. Real shit. And I'm going to make my Patreon, bro, real soon. It's in the works. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting that shit done. It's in the works. And I'm really happy. And I'm going to be really proud of what the fuck I do. So I love y'all, bro. And please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And one-on-one consultations down below. If you want to link a one-on-one consultation with me, you could go get that shit down. I'm gonna leave that in the description. So stay yourself, stay 300. Whatever you do in life, trust me, I believe you, bro.